One step at a
My name is
time.
Florence Onoma. I am the anchor of Life Reels. Life Reels was created to reach out to people that need somebody to talk to, a shoulder to lean on, an avenue for people to express themselves instead of blocking things off.
No need to be worried. Everything will be alright. Everything will be alright. Yeah. I know you've been wondering why I
I'm going
think
to tell you how they turn their lemons into lemonade. I have been through a lot myself, and I'm also here to share my experiences with you. You know what? I've been betrayed. I have been gossiped. I have been criticized wrongly. I have been judged. I have been misunderstood. And I'm here to tell you that you're not alone in that game. Come, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Don't but that's depression. Depression is real. Don't kill yourself before your time. There's always a solution to that problem you're going through. Here on Life Wheels, we are here to help you. Come, follow me on this page. Let's talk about that problem. Trust me, together we can solve it. Life really is here to help you.
No need to be worried. Everything will be alright. Everything will be alright. One step at a time. No need to be worried.
Hello, Life Reels family. Whoa, this is your mama, Florence Onoma. And I welcome you today to Life Reels with Florence Onoma. Your number one family program, Sunday Tonic, where we come to discuss, talk about our issues, share testimonies, profile solutions. That's what Life is all about. Life was created to create a community of like minds who are here and willing to bear each other's burden. That is why Life was created. And I'm excited again today on the 6th of October, my birthday month. I'm even more excited that the birthday is coming closer and closer, So I'm always excited to connect with my family on Life Reels to share everything together. So welcome again to Life Reels. I'm excited to have you. So can I ask you again, how was your week? I know a lot of things are happening. People are getting more and more busy, confused, not certain of anything. But trust me, those are the life realities we are here to talk about. And those are the things that God is also in the business of handling, turning lemons into lemonade. So don't worry, don't lose hope. It is not over yet until God says it's over. Okay? Just bring your case to Life Reels. And here we are going to talk about it, and we are going to provide solutions, and we're going to see how we can help each other, navigate this difficult terrain. So like I tell people, it's a family program. Please, each one tell one. Don't just come here and sit down and watch and listen and enjoy it and go away. Make sure your fellows, your family members, your friends are here with you. So I'm going to beg you again today to share the link. Let's connect. Whoa, Rita Nsofo is here. She's always my first 11. Rita is here. Geraldine Chinyere, you are here. Welcome to Life Reels. Victoria Eluche, thank you for connecting. Hi, Chief Papandu. Thank you for connecting. Yes, I know you're watching. Thank you for connecting. Please share the link. Share the link. Each one tell one. I always tell you guys, the more we add, the merrier. You know what I mean? And then we are going to be talking about a very interesting topic today, which is titled My Childhood's Car. But before we get to that, I want to just refresh our minds on what we did last week on Life Rules, which was titled A Walk in the Park. Last week, my church, New Beginning Church, Church of God Prophecy, had a cookout. And I was telling you guys that even as a Christian, that's a way you can relax in a godly way. I mean, people go to nightclub People go to all kinds of places to unwind. And then you are a Christian and you're wondering, I mean, how can I unwind? How can I have fun without compromising myself? That's why I took all of us to that big cookout last week. So you can see how believers can come together and also enjoy themselves without compromising themselves or their faith. So that was last week. So, and I told her that it is important that we always take a time out to ease our stress. Take a time out, go to the park, have picnics, have cookouts, I mean, have a time out from work, time off from ministry. You understand? Jesus told the disciples, come aside and rest a while. It is important for you to come aside and rest. That was why I took you guys out to that cookout. And we had so much fun. And I'm sure you had so much fun too. Though you joined me virtually, but I'm sure you had so much fun. And you learned one or two things. How brethren can come together in one accord of love and enjoy themselves. Anyway, that was a little break I took on life rules. I mean, but it wasn't a total break, but a little break from the studio, from discussing very serious issues. We had to take time and laugh and giggle, and you know what I mean. So that is what it is. All right, I can see more people are connecting. I can see Ifeyinwa Ibekwe. Thank you for connecting. Thank you so much. Thank you. I can see you are engaging. Oh, Mr. Godfrey Eluche, thank you. Good evening. Good evening. How are you? How's your family? Thank you so much for connecting. Adenike Agbola, thank you so much for connecting. I'm excited that more and more people are joining. Please, let's join and let's engage. Let's engage. Let's comment. Let's like. Let's share. That's what it's all about. Okay. And last week we also gave out the game for last week. We talked about life rails. Why was it created? What I say it every day when I come online. I say that life rails were created. Da, 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 da. So what are the aims and objective of creating life rails? And I'm sure a lot of people are playing that game because they know I say it every Sunday. And then we also ask the second question, that life rails partner with a sisters association to do an event sometime in March 2024. And we are asking, what is the name of that sister organization and what is the event that was done? So, and also know that a lot of people are jumping on it. Trust me, the end of the game is coming by next week. The last challenge will be posted. Today we have a new one, and if you stay with me to the end of the program, you're going to hear the new challenge, and then we are going to have to jump on it. And people, technical guys in the back end are collecting and collating, participants, and trust me, it will be done purely on merit, because I told them it has to be done purely on merit. So if you win, you win. If you don't win, that means you did not win. Everybody will not win, but we are looking at meeting 10 people. Like I said, the first star prize is 20,000 naira, or is equivalent to any currency, any part of the world where you are, or that's the first prize. The second prize is the 15,000, or is equivalent to any currency, and the third prize is 10,000. Then we have other people coming with 5,000, which about 7 people will take for 5,000, and I say it's cake money. Yours truly, I'm going to be celebrating my 60th birthday on the 24th of October, and I want to celebrate it with you. I am not even going to mince word about that, because it's all about family, right? Even though I'm going to have a very big party, but I'm also wanting people that will not be able to attend, that are always with me on this program, to also be part of that celebration. So please jump on it and make sure you win something. Okay? All right. Having said that, Christopher is here. Christopher Luce, thank you for joining Live Rails today. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Please keep sharing the link. Keep sharing the link. And we are going to have to jump on today's, on today's topic, so that we don't waste time. I think we have a lot to talk about today, and I don't want us to waste time. All right. So like I told you before, today's topic is my childhood scar. When I read that story, I had a mixed feeling, and I don't want to say anything. I'm just going to read the story for you guys to be able to advise this lady on what to do. Because, like I told you, we have to bear each other's burden. We have to profile solution. We have to talk about it. And I know that a lot of people have probably have been through what she's going through right now and have come out of it. And God has delivered them and turned their lemon into lemonade. So you can, if you're here, you can also advise her on what to do. That is the reason why we bring these stories here for you to be part of it. Okay, so please keep sharing the link. Keep sharing the link. As soon as I come back now, we are going to delve into the story completely. All right?
Live Reels with Florence Onoma. One step at a
My name is
time.
Florence Onoma. I am the anchor of Life Reels. Life Reels was created to reach out to people that need somebody to talk to, a shoulder to lean on, an avenue for people to express themselves instead of blocking things off.
No need to be worried. Everything will be alright. Everything will be alright. Yeah. I know you've been wondering why I
I'm here
think
to tell you how they turn their lemons into lemonade. I have been through a lot myself, and I'm also here to share my experiences with you. You know what? I've been betrayed. I have been gossiped. I have been criticized wrongly. I have been judged. I have been misunderstood. And I'm here to tell you that you're not alone in that game. Come, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Don't but there's depression. Depression is real. Don't kill yourself before your time. There's always a solution to that problem you're going through. Here on Life Reels, we are here to help you. Come, follow me on this page. Let's talk about that problem. Trust me, together we can solve it. Life really is here to help you.
no need to be worried. Everything will be alright. Everything will be alright. One step at a time. No need to be worried.
One step at a time. No need to worry. Everything is just going to be all right. Everything that has a beginning has an ending. There is always an expiry date on every problem. If you can just hold on to your faith, hold on to God, hold on to what you believe, and trust me, everything is going to be all right. Okay? All right. I want to welcome again Dr. Victoria Obuji is in the house. Chimwanya Matthew, we're excited to have you. Onwara Godfrey, welcome to Life Reels. Lisa Onyabo, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Keep sharing the link. Keep sharing the link. We are doing just great. We are doing just great. But please don't sit on the fence. As I go through the story, please listen attentively because I want you to, comment. I want you to advise. I want you. That is why we are here. We are not just going to be, listeners alone. We are going to have to advise this young lady on what she should do. So please pay attention, and I'm sure that the story is posted on the wall of this page. So you can, while I'm doing it, you can go ahead and read along with me. All right. So she said, "My name is Chiara. I am an Italian." Whoa, Life Reels is making wave all over the world. My name is Chiara. I am an Italian. Every time I set out to achieve a feat, something stronger than I crop up and pull me down. Life Reels family, I'm about to share with you an aspect of my life that almost drowned me. I live in South Africa, Cape Town. She said I lived in South Africa, Cape Town, Portugal, France, and many other parts. I am a trained dressmaker, or what you might wish to call a designer. My mother ran a fashion and clothing store, and that informed my interest in fashion and style. So I took it further by training in one of the best fashion institutes within my home soil. Before the session completed my graduation, before the session completed and my graduation, I took ill. I couldn't even walk. It was so bad. that everyone around me thought I would pass, but I didn't. Months after the session concluded, the graduation went down and I recovered, but still frail, looking therefore couldn't do much. After 1 year, I picked up and went back to join another designing institute before most of what I learned had almost become strange to me. But I was determined to make it at this stage. I was in my late teens. When I was younger, my parents used to fight a lot. My dad was always drunk and we would come home bullying and beating my mother. The argument was usually about my mother's missing money. We are a family of five: my mother, father, and my two sisters. I started out with the mention of my mom because she was the breadwinner. When I was 14 years old, my father had stolen a huge sum of money from my mother and disappeared for days. When he came home, my mother confronted him asking for her money. It resulted in a fight. He hit her with a flower vase around the lounge. Around the lounge, this caused her wrist to bleed uncontrollably. I rushed to stop him from inflicting further injuries on her, but he violently pushed me to the ground, causing me to land abruptly on my left hip, an impact which kept me in the hospital care for several days. My mother was not left out, though the bleeding was stopped, but she sustained a scar. At 19, I left for France and was there for only 9 calendar months. When I moved to the United Kingdom, but my hip injury kept me out of work season, and I further moved to Portugal, where I moved to be one. Wherever I moved, I think everywhere I moved will be one setback or another. If I wasn't battling with emergency health challenge that would eat into my finances and have me call home for my supermom's intervention, I would be relieved of my job mysteriously. Don't forget that I was running away from home because I didn't want to end up like my dear mother, who did everything for the family yet was constantly bullied by our father. I still had a dark shadow pulling me down. I thought it was with Europe, so I moved to South Africa, I think. In South Africa, I maintained a low key until I met this group who were into crafts, mentorship, and volunteering. They had a program coming up. One of my colleagues at my workplace had introduced me to the group, knowing my passion and area of specialty. I love to assist young people to achieve their dreams, more so as a female haunted by the memories of a horrible childhood. During the training exercises, we visited rural communities and smaller religious units. After the program, I submitted a report of my training as a, a resource person in this begat a partnership with a group and other global organizations involved in helping young minds to discover themselves and achieve their goals. I noticed that the moment I started volunteering passionately, the regular setback I used to have reduced. My parents are alive but divorced now. I am in touch with my mother but cannot say the same of my father because I am still struggling. I'm still struggling to get rid of my childhood scar. It is because of my father I sustained a hip injury which still hurts periodically. I have built my Christian faith stronger and tried to overcome my childhood trauma, especially my father's irresponsibility. But I'm afraid to get married even at the age of 39 because I fear that I do not want to end up with a man in the shadow or image of my father. Dear Miss Florence and Life Rose community, what can I do to overcome this fear, please? Wow. Welcome, Guinea Kachuku Wabeze. Welcome to Life Rose. Thank you so much for connecting. Thank you for connecting. All right, so guys, I just read that story, a bit lengthy though, but I guess we were following. Okay, this young girl or young lady, she's 39. So young lady wrote us from South Africa, from Italy. She's an Italian. She said she has a childhood scar that is haunting her, and that scar came as a result of violence, domestic violence that was a constant or a frequent occurrence in a home where she grew up with her mother and father and two sisters. She said the mother is the one bringing in the money, and the father was always getting drunk and messing up with the money. And then one day the father took their money, the mother's money, and then went to squander it. When the father came back, the mother confronted the father and said, "Where's my money?" It resulted into a fight that made the man, injure the wife on the wrist. While she, as the daughter, tried to prevent further, injury being meted out on her mother, the father pushed her and she fell down and sustained the hip injury. And that hip injury kept taking her back and forth the hospital, and that has affected her career as a fashion designer, and that affected her, emotionally. She's traumatized by what she saw her mother go through. And the short and simple of it is she's afraid of getting married, because she doesn't want to be like her mom, who was doing everything to build their home, but their father kept, bullying and abusing her. So our dear sister Shira is not married at 39 because she's scared. She's scared, she's scared and scared. Her scar is causing her to be scared of getting married. What are we going to tell to our sister? She said she's asking for advice. What can she do? And remember that when she got to South Africa, she joined a volunteer group of people that help young people to actualize their dreams and pursue their passion. And she said that since she started volunteering for such activities, that she's having less misfortune because she found out that each time she wants to move forward in life, something pulls her down. But since she has joined this volunteer group and she's partnering with some big organizations that are also into helping young people, that she's been moving forward, in her career, in her business, supposedly. But now she's still afraid of settling down in a home, in a marriage, because she doesn't want to be like her mom, doesn't want to be bullied, doesn't want to be, abused by any man. So that's making her, stay away from marriage. And she's asking, I guess she really wants to be married, but she's afraid. So she's asking, what can I do to overcome my fears? So what are the advices that we have to give to our sister Shira? That's what we do on Life Rose. So let's hit on it. Let's jump on it. Okay, Geraldine Chinyere said you need the intervention of God. That's what she's saying. You'd say you need the intervention of God. Yes, I think so, because it's only God that can take away your fears. It's only God that can heal you. You need to heal. You need to heal, because if you don't heal, if you don't heal properly, you might not be able to overcome those fears. So you need the intervention of God. If anyway, we say, may God intervene. Yeah. So please, let's jump on it and advise Shira on what she has to do to overcome her fears. You see, a lot of people don't understand. A lot of parents don't understand that what they do, what they do in their homes affect their children. What they do in their homes affect the personalities of their children. Some couples actually go ahead to destroy the mental, health of their children. If you are aware that you brought a child or children into the world, that you are responsible for how what they grow up into. You are responsible for what happens to them emotionally. You are responsible for what happens to them psychologically. You are responsible for what happens to them. Totally. So it's not enough for you to bring a child forth into the world. You need to actually make sure that child is protected, so that child can grow up to be normal. A lot of children you're seeing out there are not normal. And that's because their parents are not sensitive to the emotions of these children. You can hear it from the story of this young lady right now. What the mother and the father were doing has destroyed her psychologically. Now she's afraid of marriage. I'm seeing some responses here. Rita and Sofo, I feel for you, Shiera, but you have to try and put the past behind. Please carefully choose a responsible partner for yourself and watch how beautiful everything turns out. I wish you recovery strength and best wishes. That's coming from Rita and Sofo. Yeah, she's telling you, Shara, to put everything behind you. But trust me, when it comes to mental health, I mean, I'm not a mental health expert, but when it comes to something that affects somebody psychologically, you don't have the willpower to push it out. You don't. I think she will need both God and she will need therapy too. Let's hear from the doctor here in the house. Dr. Victoria Wuji, has she been in relationship with any man? If yes, what characteristics were her standards? I want her to build a bridge with her childhood experience. She needs to trust God and see a therapist exactly for PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a doctor. I am not a mental health specialist. But if there are doctors in the house, please, I want you to contribute. Like Dr. Victoria just said, that she needs to build a bridge with her childhood experience. And then she needs to trust God and see a therapist for PTSD. Yeah, that's what I was trying to explain earlier. Post-traumatic syndrome. Yeah, because, I mean, a lot of parents cause this for their children. Imagine every day that you see your father hitting your mom and the woman is bleeding. Then you see the man go out, get drunk, doesn't work, doesn't contribute to the family, and yet comes back to inflict injury on everybody. Trust me, it's going to leave a very long-lasting impression on your psyche. It is going to do that. So I'm just appealing to parents, please. I want to start with parents. If you're here, you're a parent or you're a parent to be, have it at the back of your mind that bringing a child into the world is not enough. You are responsible for how that child turns out. Because a child cannot bring or give to the society what he or she doesn't have. It's what you put in that child. And what these children learn by example, they learn by imitation, they believe what they see the parents do. Now, this girl now is having PTSD. Not only because the mother was traumatized, beaten, and bullied, but she also was injured. And every time that wound comes up, every time she feels the pain on her hips, she remembers that this wound was inflicted by her own father. It's really unfortunate. Let's go. Geraldine says she should have faith. Okay, that's number one. Listen, but what I can tell you is that not all men are like your father. And it's not easy. Okay, let me see. Not all men are like your father. It's not easy. You need to heal and let go so that you can marry. Yeah, exactly. Not all men are like your father, Chera. There are good men out there. All you need to do is to pray and trust God and seek help. Seek help. You need to address that monster. There is a monster called PTSD inside of you that is always telling you, I mean, if you get married, you're going to end up like your mother. Why do you even have to get married? You don't need to get married. I mean, you can do it. I mean, without getting married. All those voices you're hearing inside of you is not of God. Because God did not create you to be by yourself. God made a man and woman. And you need your own husband. And trust me, with God on your side, your husband will not be like your father. Maybe your father is also a product of his own father. So it keeps going. It's a chain of events. You know, it keeps moving from one generation to another generation, and it has to stop with you. And that is when you start praying and seeking for help. Okay, so Geraldine Chinyere say, within a short time, God will answer your prayer. Amen. Dr. Victoria, would you please say, please, let's remember that domestic violence is real. Her mother was a victim. The father was an alcoholic. We all need to pray for families that become victims of domestic violence. This is an evil spirit. Yes. Let's also understand that the family is the first target of the devil. When God has put the family together, the devil wants to come and mess up everything good that God has created. So it behoves you, the man and the woman, to say no. We will not allow the devil to use us. You can actually say no to domestic violence. Okay, Chiara's mom. I don't know. I cannot blame. I mean, the man your husband took your money, and you know your husband is a violent man. You know, I don't know what I will tell you, but there's a way you would have avoided all those brouhaha in your family so that your girls will not be negatively impacted. And Chiara's, now you guys are divorced. That even makes it worse. If your daughters saw you got people overcome the challenge that was in your marriage and everything became beautiful, that would have helped them to heal. But after all the brouhaha, you have ended up divorcing. So that means that means there's no hope. One slang you say there's no mepatarism. There's no mepatarism. There's no way to remedy it. Because at a point when the devil attacks families and they recover from it, then their children can say, oh, they cannot tell the children, no, this is the devil that did it. And we found out the devil's trick and we're able to overcome. So please, let's pray for them. Like Dr. Victoria said, we need to always put them in prayer because domestic violence is an ill wind. If you have not been a victim, you will not understand what it means, what that woman was going through. You are the one that does all the work and bring the money home. The man will take the money, go drink, come back, and you ask, you know he's going to beat you anyway. You know he took the money anyway. I mean, you don't have to ask because you know the money is not going to come back. That's what I'm trying to say. What you should have done is to make sure you keep your money where he will not find it. That would have been another way to handle it. This man is a drunk. He's possessed. It's not him. He's possessed by the spirit of alcoholism. Right. And then you know that he has taken this money, he has squandered this money. This money is not going to come out. And then you confronted him. That was a trigger right there. And he did what you knew he was going to do. So I will not say if I were in your shoes, but I would have thought that the best way to handle it would have been keep your money in a more secure place where he will not find it. Because if he doesn't find it, he will not take it. If he doesn't take it, you will not confront him. And if you don't confront him, there'll be no beating, there'll be no injuring, and there'll be no lasting negative impression on your girl children. So please, let's also help, to, avoid some of these things that can trigger domestic violence. Okay, Lisa said in the story here, it entails that some certain things should not be done in front of a child. When a man is an alcoholic, they don't have control. It's just like somebody that's schizophrenic or somebody that has a mental health problem. You cannot just tell them, control yourself now. You cannot just tell them, get hold of yourself. They don't have control over what they do. When somebody is under the influence of any substance or alcohol, they don't know what they are doing. So it is suicidal for you to confront a man that is under the influence of something. So the mother would have avoided that, knowing that it was going to result into, I'm sure it wasn't the first time, it wasn't the second time, it wasn't the third time for the child to be traumatized. It was a daily occurrence. So my thing would have been find a way to avoid this man and the problem that is bringing into your family. Okay. Hi Chief Wapando said, she testified that she is a strong believer, Christian. She should understand that not everyone is like her father. So I think first she should go to God and present her case. Secondly, She should seek help from professionals. Running away from marriage hasn't helped her, even as a single woman. She should take bold steps towards marriage, confront marriage with boldness. Yes, like I said again, she's a believer, but there are certain things that need to be handled. There are certain things that need to be tackled, deliberately. Deliberately, she should pray about it, like Kaiji Papando said. She should pray about it. She should seek counseling, both spiritual counseling and medical counseling, before she even goes into marriage. It's not going into marriage with boldness. Boldness won't solve the problem. She should deal with whatever is the seed, the negative seed that whatever happened has sown in her life. She should deal with it both physically and medically, so that she can be free from that PTSD. Because if she's not free, anytime she gets married and there's a little, why you did it, she will freak out. That monster will rear its ugly head and say, oh, that's what my father used to do. Oh, that's what my father used to do. Every man is not like her father. But right now, she sees every man in the face of her father. So she needs to deal with it, both in the spiritual way and in the medical way, to get rid of that monster that is always giving her that impression that everybody is the same. Thank you, High Chief Babandu, for that suggestion. Geraldine said, the Lord can never let or belittle down his child. Amen. Yes, so Rosemary Obona, welcome to Life Phrase. Lord Constance Lepachi, welcome to Life Phrase with Florence Onuma. We are talking about a young girl that wrote us from Italy. Her name is Chiara. And Chiara is having what we call post-traumatic syndrome disorder, because she grew up in a violent environment, domestic violence, and she has a scar. She has a scar that was inflicted on her by her father, a hip injury that keeps reoccurring. And trust me, each time that pain comes up, she remembers, the video, the movie of what caused that pain plays in her brain. And when it plays in her brain, any man that comes say, oh, Cherak, I want to marry, she's like, no. So she's asking, she's worried. She wants to be married, but she's like, okay, what can I do to overcome this problem? And that is where we are. So if you just join us, please jump on it and give us what you think Chiara can do to overcome her post-traumatic syndrome disorder. So like I was saying again, forgiveness too can play a role. Chiara, you have not forgiven your dad. As a believer, if you understand that your father was not acting, with his normal senses, no normal human being want to kill their wife that is helping them. No normal, unless that person must have a possession, demonic possession. And in your father's case, it was alcohol. The spirit of alcohol had hold of him. So he wasn't himself. So I understand you right now. I expect you now as a believer, as a Christian. I don't know how strong you are in the faith. I don't know how deep you have grown with Christ. But forgiveness can play a role. If you begin to see your father as that man that was captured by the devil and held captive, and the devil was going to use him to destroy his family, then you, instead of anger, empathy and sympathy will come to play. Once you begin to see your father in that light, then you are able to forgive him, you are able to heal, and you're able to know that the man you're going to be married to is not going to be possessed. And even if he is, you will have a better way to handle it. But I don't think your mother was praying when this was happening to her. Because I have, let me tell you a short story before we continue. Let me tell you a short story. There was this story I read, Power in Praise. That book, somebody needs to go get it and read it. Power in Praise. This woman was married to an alcoholic. Just like Shara's mom, the man will come back and beat the hell out of this woman. Every day the woman is calling on God. She's a Christian. She's calling on God to help her. She's calling on God, take this away, make this and make that. Everything was just not happening the way she was praying for it to happen. So one day, she went to her local church and spoke to her local pastor, who told her, you know what, just start praising God. Start thanking God for your husband. She's looking at the pastor, and she will thank God for for an alcoholic that will come back and beat me up and beat the kids up. I should thank God. The pastor said, just thank God. There's power in praise. Since you have prayed and it did not go away, praise God for that situation. She reluctantly decided to try what the pastor told her. She started praising God. Every day she would thank God for her husband. Oh Lord, I thank God for my husband. I thank you for whatever is happening to him. I know you are God no matter what, regardless of situation, you are still God. She was praising God, she was thanking God, she was praising God, she was thanking God. So one day, when it was time for the man to go out to drink, he went out as usual with his friends. According to these friends that later came to tell the story, he went to the place where they normally drink. He took a glass of beer. This is a man that can take many cans, many bottles, and come back drunk and nothing. So the friend said he took a glass of beer, and this man just started throwing up. They were like, what is this? He was throwing up. They rushed him to the hospital. They said nothing was wrong with him. He went home. After like 2 days, he recovered and he went back to the joint where they normally go to drink. And then he took a glass of beer again and started throwing up again. So he just said, looks like my assistant can no longer accommodate this beer. So he went home. The next day, he didn't tell the wife what was happening to him. The next day he went home, and the next day the wife was waiting for him to go out and drink. He didn't go. The wife like, your guys are not waiting for you today? You're not going out with the guy? He said, no, I'm not going out with the guys. So I didn't say anything. She kept praising God. The second day again, the man didn't go. The third day, the man didn't go. The woman is like, what is happening here? After like a week, the man went again with his friends. This time around, he landed in the hospital almost unconscious. After he recovered, that was the last. He never drank again. He never drank again. That is how God can turn a lemon into a lemonade. The point is that we try to handle some of these things by our physical strength, and then we end up messing up everything. That mantra, what God cannot do does not exist, is real. It depends on what hand you're giving to God. If you tell God, these points are no more. If you put him in a room, he stays in a room. But if you tell him this, listen, God, I know you're my father, and I know you can handle all things, you can do all things. This is my situation. I give you all the praise and all the glory for it. He will take charge. That was how the man stopped drinking, and that was how peace was restored. The man later became a pastor. So, I guess we have it in our hands to change situations. We have it in our hands to turn things around. You understand what I'm trying to say? So if you are a victim of domestic violence, don't escalate it. Don't do things that will escalate it. Somebody might just, you know, somebody might just be wasted. Look for a way that you handle it that will not escalate it. If you need to take a break, but don't escalate it, because it's going to leave a lasting injury, or even, waste somebody for no good reason. Because that man, that woman that is perpetrating that domestic violence is not in control of what he or she is doing, whether we want to believe it or not. Is not in control of what he or she is doing. So that's my small story to help us out there that are going through issues like this, that God can still handle things. Victoria Eluche said, all men are not the same. Have faith in God. He will direct you to choose the right partner. That's very true. Okay, exactly, ma. Following, yeah. It's unfortunate that she passed through that situation as a child. Thank God that she's now a born again. She should remember that the father was not normal, as at the time he was maltreating her. Okay. Okay, so I'm not seeing this. Okay, so that's from Lola Constance. Look what she said, thank God she's born again now, so she can handle things better through the eyes of faith. She can handle things better believing in the word of God. She can handle things better knowing that God can handle every situation. Your mother probably did not understand, so she was trying to deal with it with her own strength. But you have a weapon now, and that your weapon is not carnal. That weapon is mighty through God, the breaking down of strongholds. Alcoholism is a stronghold. It is a stronghold. And you don't need a carnal weapon to break it down. You need a superior power. And that is the power that is in the word of God. Okay? So, Shiera, that is the advice you're getting from Life Race family. So we are still on this matter. Shiera wrote us from where now. She's from Italy, but I think she's in South Africa now, or where. So she's asking us, how can she overcome her fear of getting married because of what um because of what her mother and her siblings went through, and herself. She has a scar, a childhood scar, pain on her hips that will not go away, that will keep reoccurring, and that keeps reminding her of what her mother went through, and that is stopping her from getting married. She's asking, what can I do to get away from this fear? And that fear is called what? PTSD. Keeps playing in her brain. The video keeps playing in her brain, and she sees every man in that regard. And we're asking, what can she do to overcome? Rosemary Obunna, Shara, I'm sorry to hear that you are troubled by your childhood scar, but I encourage you to prioritize your happiness and move on. You might meet a man different from your father's image. And the presence of God in your life will definitely make a difference. That's true. That's from Rosemary Obuna. Constance Lekwachi said she should forgive her father and should not use that to judge any man asking for her hand in marriage. Yes, forgiveness is also very important. Forgiveness is very important because, like I said, the man was acting under some influence. You guys don't know that alcoholism is a spirit. It is a spirit. And that spirit, when it overcomes the victim, they behave irrationally. I'm sure if you ask that man, if the man hasn't stopped drinking, Chiara, it's time for you to get your father some help he needs, both physically, both medically and spiritually. You need to stop dwelling on those negativities and start, showcasing love. The same love that Christ showed you now that you're born again, you need to show it to your dad. And you need to also make your mom to understand that your dad was not normal. Your dad was acting under the influence of alcohol and needs help. Divorce is not even the answer. Divorce, because right now you're scarred, your mom is scarred, your sisters are scarred, your father is even scarred too. So, and then now that you guys are going different directions, you're going to take your pains. Now you're carrying your pain now to some other people. Men that want to marry you, you're going to carry the pain to them, which they didn't create, but you're going to go with it to them, having this impression that every man is a beast. And so no matter what they do, you cannot appreciate them. You see? And then your mother is now carrying another campaign, and then your sisters are carrying some other campaign, and then the whole world is being polluted with negative campaign. So instead of those negative campaign, I think you should start talking about the love of Christ to your dad and to your mom. And I think people that are divorced can come back and get married again and make things right. And while you also settle down to your own marriage and know that marriage is a beautiful thing. Okay? Oh, okay. Mbona for Jimmy, she needs to be prayerful and move on. Yeah. Rosemary, to hasten your healing, Chiara, please forgive your father. Move away from the past. That's very true. Christopher Eluchie, one thing she should understand is that all men are not the same. Like, she should take her time to study the men that are coming for her and the marriage. Pray to God about it and make a choice. Trust me, God is able to do all things. Yeah, very true. Udeme Jimmy, as a Christian, she needs to let go. She should break loose and not let fear take control of her. She should walk by faith and not by sight, trusting God for good husband. There are still God-fearing, men out there. Her father is just one man and not all men. Yes, there are still God-fearing men out there. And fear is also a spirit. Fear, Shara, fear is also a spirit. Just like your father is possessed by the spirit of alcohol, you are possessed by the spirit of fear. And if you're a Christian and you love God, what is the opposite of fear? Is faith. Trust God. If you are a Christian and you don't trust God, then I don't know how you want to practice your Christianity. Because Christianity is about faith, it's about trusting God. So trust God and be prayerful and forgive your dad, and trust me, things will start falling into the right spaces. All right, so before we continue, I want to go to this week's what do you call it now? Challenge. I want to go to this week's challenge. Let's see. It's not this one. Okay, so this is this week's challenge, week 6. Oh wow. So week 6, we are still on it, on this birthday giveaway challenge. For those of you that logged in late, the last day for this challenge will be next week, Sunday. We are going to post the last challenge for this birthday giveaway. And I'm sure people are already jumping in and, making use of it very well to win something. So today's challenge is, number 1 is Florence Onoma married? Is she married? If she's married, how many children does she have? Yes. If Florence, the host of Life Rails, is she a married woman? If she is a married woman, how many children does she have? Okay, so family members are excluded because it's a given that you will know. So anyway, let me just be just. It's your luck. If you're a family member and you're engaging in the game, let me not deprive you of what you have to win. So if it's an expo because you're a family member, then it's okay. So you're not excluded. Go ahead and hit it. Then the second challenge is submit your heartfelt, creative, and unique birthday wishes for Florence Onuma at 60. So the first one, correct answer will lead to shortlisting. And second one, the most touching and original wishes will be shortlisted. So what they're saying is submit your heartfelt, creative, understand, heartfelt, creative, and unique. That means don't copy and paste. You have to create it. So if you're not a poet, start learning how to be a poet today. Create it by yourself, construct it by yourself, right? And post it. Please, on the inbox. On the inbox. Or I don't know how they want you to do it. Are they going to? Is it going to be on the inbox? Please, if any member of the committee of the this is here, do you want it to put it? Are they going to put it on the inbox? Or how are you going to select it? Are they going to put it on the page for people to vote, or are they going to put it on the inbox for you guys to make up your mind on the ones that are creative? I don't know. That details was not given to me, but that's what it is. So creative and unique birthday wishes that will touch me. At least if I will read it. If you not touch me, I will tell you say no touch me. If it's not creative, I'll tell you no they creative. So write it, post it. The first one is Florence Onuma married? If she's married, how many kids does she have? The second one is please create heartfelt, unique birthday wish for Florence Onuma at 60. And anyone that comes out to be good enough will be shortlisted and all those things. All right. So read answer for can it be a video? Okay, so Rosemary, you want to jump on it? Please don't jump on it. Or don't jump on it. Okay, so Rosemary said inbox. So they say inbox it. Inbox the answer. Don't put it on the wall. No, I don't think they want it to be a video. They want it to be written. That's what you want to say in the video, write it. I don't know what next week challenge will be. I think that next week challenge, I don't know if it's going to be a video, but this one is writing, like a poem, like something you can, you don't share it now. So, all right. So, that is what this week challenge is. Please jump on it. A lot of you are doing great already. And please don't give up now. Jump on it and make sure you win something. Like I will remind you again, the first prize is 20,000 naira. The second is 15. The third is 10. And 7 people are going to get 5,000 each for attempting. All right. So that is what it is. So, well, we are coming to the end. Where's my phone? We are coming to the end of today's program, Live Reels with Florence Onuma. And I want to say a big shout out and thank you to Rosemary, Gabriel Obona, Rita Nsofo, Udeme Jimmy, Eluche Christopher, Mfom Jimmy, Lolo Constance, Eliza Onyabo, Rita Nsofo, Victoria Eluche, Geraldine, Chinyere. Hi, Chief Babando. I want to say a big thank you to Dr. Victoria Obuji. I want to say a big thank you to who again am I not okay, so what's happening now? So I want to say a big thank you to all of you that connected with me today on Live Place of Florence Onuma. If I did not say thank you to you, I think Mr. Godfrey Eluche is also here. Thank you so much for connecting with me on Live Reels today. There's no Live Reel without you guys, and I appreciate all the advice we're giving to Chiara. Chiara, what you're taking home today is number one, make sure you forgive your father. Number two, seek help from medical and spiritual people that can help you with what you're going through. Secondly, thirdly, have faith. Make sure that understand that every man is not like your father. First question is inbox. Second question is to be posted. Okay. All right. First question is inbox. Second question is to be posted on the wall. That's what they said. All right. So thank you, Hi Chief Babando. Thank you for those champagne. Thank you. Appreciate you. So What was I saying again? So, Chiara, what I'm trying to say is faith. Have faith in God. Understand that fear is the opposite of faith. Take away those fears by building your faith. Let your faith rise. Understand that every man is not like your dad. Also understand that you need to seek help for PTSD, post-traumatic syndrome disorder. That was as a result of what your father did. You need to get counseling both from spiritual people and from medical people so they can help you heal. Get in touch with your dad. Prayerfully get in touch with your dad and help him come out of that demonic possession. And talk to your mom to also forgive your dad. Talk to your sisters, forgive your dad. Forgiveness is key. As a child of God, there's no way you can make any headway without forgiveness. You cannot continue to live in the shadow of your past. You need to come out of that shadow and be who God wants you to be. And trust me, what God cannot do does not exist. All you need to do is to pray. Somebody said here that the righteous lives by faith. You cannot live by what you're seeing or what you're hearing, but by the word of God. So trust me, God is faithful. And this is me saying, Happy New Week to you all. Happy New Week to you all. Enjoy your week. Have an amazing week ahead. Enjoy your weekends. Enjoy your week. Have fun. Have fun and have fun. Okay. Thank you so much. And God bless you.
Live Reels with Florence Onoma.
One step at a
My name is
time.
Florence Onoma. I am the anchor of Life Reels. Life Reels was created to reach out to people that need somebody to talk to, a shoulder to lean on, an avenue for people to express themselves instead of blocking things off.
No need to be worried. Everything will be alright. Everything will be alright. Yeah. I know you've been wondering why I
I'm going
think
to tell you how they turn their lemons into lemonade. I have been through a lot myself, and I'm also here to share my experiences with you. You know what? I've been betrayed. I have been gossiped. I have been criticized wrongly. I have been judged. I have been misunderstood. And I'm here to tell you that you're not alone in that game. Come, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. There's depression. Depression is real. Don't kill yourself before your time. There's always a solution to that problem you're going through. Here on Life Reels, we are here to help you. Come, follow me on this page. Let's talk about